Going on, everyone? It is I, the doctor of foodology. Got the crewman to my right. I'm sorry, yeah, my right. Got the marshal up top. Got the false guy over to the corner. And okay, yeah, we are streaming on Instagram. We got Instagram going this time. Last week, I couldn't get Instagram to go for everything. But so how's everybody's week?
I had half of it off.
So, guys out there in OTC land or outside the box land, Miss Gina will not be with us tonight. She is sick, so it's just a Fab Four. It's just the four of us tonight. We hope Gina feels better, and so let's see how to start my week. Thanks. I see someone already watching us. Thank you. Now, my week was pretty interesting, I guess, because what's up, Lenny? Oh, it's Lenny in the house. So Tuesday, I had to go for my consultation for my surgery. So they're going to do that February 27th. So, no, far from it. Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah. Ha ha ha. No, so Tuesday I went to my consultation. They're gonna take all the excessive skin, tighten up my eye, and make it look nice again. So that's gonna happen February 27th. So I was out and about. Hiya, Steph. Happy Saturday. So there's a place in 44 called, still considered 44? I just consider 44. Called the White House Diner. So they're open on the weekends, but you can only do breakfast on the weekends. You can't do lunch or anything. It's just breakfast. So that day I was like, you know what? BS, I'm here. I'm going to stop and I'm going to jam on some dinner, some lunch. So I got their burger, and son of a bitch, this was like this was a humongous burger. And
Nice.
yeah, I got 2 chili dogs. I had to try their chili dogs too. Their home cut fries were awesome. Yeah, it was a good trip.
I actually went out to eat last night.
Really? Where'd you go?
Franco's on South Main.
Oh, I haven't been there in a couple of years, but they're really good.
Yeah. It was. I'm sure. I probably mentioned it before. I'm now a board member with the Crime Watch Coalition in the city of Wilkes-Barre.
Right.
And we had a board meeting last night, and that's we rented the one room. And
at Franco's. Okay.
Yeah. So all I had were meatballs because I don't know if I mentioned this. My blood glucose is completely out of control. I'm having a lot of problems with it. My doctor had prescribed a steroid for me, and you can't really give steroids to somebody with diabetes because it makes their sugar go insane.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she felt the benefit for my back, for my spine, would outweigh the, well, it didn't, but I'm left with trying to get my blood glucose under control now. So I wasn't about to be having like pizza or hoagies or anything.
Right.
Just meatballs.
What's up, Matt? Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Franco's was the first time. Actually, I do have a video of Franco's. Me and my dear friend Cinnamon, back in the day, we did a video there. And, they were great people. They're like, here, try this. They bring out, I first tried pickle pizza. First time I ever tried pickle pizza. And it wasn't bad for Franco. They're like, here, try this. Then they're bringing out like cannoli and like, oh, here, try this dessert. You got to try this. And by the time I left, I thought I was in food coma. But they're really, really nice people down there. Franco's is a really good. I got to get back there just for a follow up. Thank you guys for who's watching tonight. What's up there, Mike? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, other Mike D. You're Marshall.
You got a couple mics up in here.
Yeah, you're Marshall. You're Marshall. But so today, I know Fred's been talking about this. He brought this up a couple times. I went to KJ's Pickle Barrel.
Oh yeah.
And I walked in about 11 o'clock. Between 11 and 11:30, and they were already busting. They were busy as hell.
Yeah, they're always busy, dude. Yeah, every time I go there, it's like super busy. Yeah.
And how you doing, Photo Million and Lucia and Glenn's World from Instagram? They're joining us from Instagram. Thank you. And yeah, I got a cup of their chili, which it had a little seasoning to it, not to where it's like your mouth is burning, but it was nice and meaty. And I was craving pastrami. I have no clue why, but I was hungry for pastrami. So I got their Uptown, which is a pastrami sub on a toasted bun that had Swiss cheese, coleslaw, and a bacon aioli sauce. Let me tell you, that hit the point right there. That was delicious. So I'll give a throw out to KJ's Pickle Barrel. I don't know if they watch the show, but if not, if someone goes there, then tell them it was awesome. But so today I did a two-parter review. Tonight I didn't feel like cooking, so I went to the Black. What is up, Venger? I went to Pizza Lovin' in Exeter, and thank God I had cash on because I didn't realize Pizza Lovin' in Exeter is now cash only. What the hell? Oh, Maximilian. Oh, that is Maximilian, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't because you're advertising for somebody to buy me a chili dog. I have a whole black hole display back here. Remember, I posted it on your.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about Black Hole. That movie, it was done back in the 70s.
80s.
I thought it was the 70s.
Oh no, you're right, 79.
And for back then, the effects for that were damn good. Like Disney pulled it off really good. And that's is that old Bob?
Yep.
That's old Bob. Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like old Bob, not Vincent. Nice, Vincent.
I had Vincent up before.
If I like,
Nice.
I might watch that movie tonight just for the hell of it. Because it was a cool movie.
Got to go back and watch that one.
I watched it when Gina bought me Vincent and Old Bob. They come as a set. She bought me these, I believe, last year for Christmas, and I was originally just going to keep them in the box. But they come with this cool little diorama, and you have to get Maximilian and Vincent and Old Bob to put the diorama together. Because they, it's a two-parter. So
right.
I also have a nice.
Yeah.
You can't. Let me see if I. Right there, you see there's a tin sign of the movie poster. I'm a huge fan of that film. That was actually Disney's answer to Star Wars.
Right. It was like their take on Star Wars. It's
after 78, everybody got all space happy when Star Wars came out. So everybody were putting out space movies,
right?
And that was Disney's.
Black Hole though was a damn good movie. Like,
oh yeah.
And you think you don't think about it now, but who was in it? Ernest
Maximilian Schell, Ernest Borgnine, Robert Forster,
and the dude from Psycho. I can't remember his name. I'm blanking.
Anthony Perkins.
Anthony Perkins. And
he played Dr. Durant.
Yep. It's Avenger to answer Vanger's question.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Go for it.
To answer Venger's question, April. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I mean, April, you get a lot of rain. April showers bring May flowers. That's kind of holds true. But for the most part, April's nice weather out. You have your good weather.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually when the birds start chirping again, and everybody's kind of out and about doing their thing. That's when the weather gets a little nicer around here.
Oh yeah.
Usually in about April. Although it has snowed in April, because my birthday is in April, and I remember like getting snowstorms around my birthday. I think
When
my
was
birthday is on Easter this year, actually.
when's Valentine's Day? What month is that?
Next
February.
month, 14th.
I remember we got nailed with that Valentine's Day
Oh
storm
yeah,
back.
yeah, the blizzard.
I was working for the car lot back then, and holy crap, it was bad.
Yeah.
And but I want to take note for a minute on a serious note. I just want to say I don't know if anybody watches from out that way or knows somebody, but the fires in California. Our hearts go out to the families that lost everything.
Yeah.
To the Californians, if anybody watches or that knows anybody in California, or if our show gets out that way, our hearts go out to you guys from California. Yeah, that's something else.
That's a shame.
I think the last I saw the count dead, 10 people dead, unless it rose. I saw last it was 10, and just
13 missing.
Okay, yeah, it's acres leveled.
They're starting to report. People are coming out now and starting to report missing people.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's awful.
So yeah, our hearts go out to California. You're going. Start chirping. Oh, you're going. Oh wait. Oh, okay.
Venture's coming up north as long as the birds start chirping again. I'm telling you, man. Usually in April, things are
April, May.
Yeah,
starts changing over.
I saw a snowstorm in May once when I was little.
If you did, I probably did too.
I remember my mother
happens.
calling it she said it was an onion snow. The onion snow helps the onions grow.
Yeah.
It's Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
The weather's insane. Always has been.
It sucks too because like my wife and I love the fall, and we try to savor every moment
both weeks
possible. Yeah, and that's all it is, right, Mike? Like it's only a week or two. The leaves change, then everything is dead, and then it starts snowing, and it gets really cold. I just wish we had a longer, fall, like that September to November kind of
like
time
the latitude.
Yeah,
I think it has to do with the latitude, like the Koreas. It's the same thing. They basically get 2 seasons. They have a brutal winter and they have a blisteringly hot summer.
A hot summer,
and that's pretty much us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, you get like 2 weeks of spring. You get about 2 weeks of fall, and then it's right to either really hot temperatures or really cold temperatures.
I know. That's probably another reason that we like the fall, because that's when the temperature in my house, and my house is older. It's probably like I think it was built in the early 60s, so not as old as some of the houses like in our area, but it's a pretty retro house that I bought, and we either have the air conditioners running on full blast or my oil furnace is just running continuously. Like there's no happy temperature in my house.
No,
it's either freezing cold or way too hot. It sucks.
What's like in my house now where I live? It's downstairs. It's cold as hell in the wintertime. But you come upstairs and you'll sweat to death.
Yeah, sucks.
Thank you guys for
my place.
My place is about 100, and I believe it's about 120 or 130 years old.
Yeah,
that's old.
Yeah, I mean, this is like one of the first buildings that were built up, and it was built up in North End. So this, North End, South Wilkes-Barre is the oldest part of the city. Like downtown and South Wilkes-Barre were pretty much built around the same time. But the next thing to go up was North End. and that was quite a few years later. But yeah, this place began its life as a rooming house for coal miners on the upper floors, and where I'm sitting now was a cigar and confectionery shop.
Wow.
Oh, we got 2 people watching from the Ghetto channel. Thank you guys. Congrats. The Ghetto channel.
Hey guys, sorry no new videos, but I mean people really aren't, acting insane out there. So if there's nothing, if I can't go out there and make stuff happen.
Well, maybe you could.
I could, but I could also go to jail for it.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
You don't want to go outside.
And they would use my own video against me. So
right.
So we're going to take
it happen organically.
Exactly. I'm not going to go out there and start picking fights with people or something.
Yeah.
Although that did happen a couple of weeks ago. Somebody like littered in front of my place, and I went tearing out there. Like, what the, who do you think has to clean that up?
Yeah.
It's a public street. I'm like, really?
Doesn't give you the right to dump your crap. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
It's a I'm like, okay, you're right. It's a public street. Tell you what, I'll call the police. Littering in the city is a $300 fine. I have you on video doing it. I have your license plate. I'll call the cops, and you guys could sort it out.
Right. Man, I was on the Cross Valley last night. I was driving home from Edwardsville, and there were like a dozen garbage bags just thrown all over the Cross Valley, and too many to say, oh, I don't think they fell off a truck or something. I think like somebody was just dumping stuff on the highway. Like we had to like swerve to dodge some of these garbage bags.
Oh God!
Like, come on, man. And there's mattresses in the woods near my house. Like I was going to get gas the other day. There's just mattresses everywhere, just laying around in the woods. I'm like, come on.
If they could take the time to throw it in the woods, take it to a dump or a junkyard or something.
Dude, exactly.
It's like Ralph Street over off of the Boulevard. People go to the Ralph Street. Sort of goes like, it's not a dead end, but it goes into like a U, and I think goes into Chester Street. But in the U, there's a guardrail and there's a hill. This is kind of like right behind Valley Chevrolet. People just dump everything over that guardrail.
Yeah.
Mattresses, couches.
I mean, somebody has to go and pick that shit up at some point. And
yep.
I mean, DPW has other stuff to do, snow removal, like actual, work to, de-litter, declutter the city and stuff. I mean, to go pick up all that crap, it just makes me angry.
And again, go back to what I said 5 minutes ago. If you can take the time to throw your garbage, over a guardrail or something, take it to the dump, take it to the junkyard.
They charge fees though. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then like everybody when Bilecki's burned down, that Bilecki's was an enormous fire over on the boulevard.
I remember that.
Over on Penn Ave.
Oh,
yeah. But people still take their garbage there and dump it. Like even though they're closed, they actually they'll rip holes in the fences just to dump stuff.
Oh no, so Bilecki's is closed.
Yeah, it has been ever since the fire.
Oh, I didn't know.
About 2 weeks after the fire, old man Bilecki died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And yeah, he had a heart attack. And so now they're trying to figure out who gets it. Like I guess he had kids and stuff, and I guess they're trying to figure out. It's had a sign on it that says ever since the fire there's been 2 signs like on either side of it saying closed temporarily, and that's been like forever. So nobody knows what's going on with Bilecki's.
Avenger, I didn't know they were making another Superman movie. Did not know that.
Yes, they are. Hand over here.
Jay, I wonder how the crew at Sabatelli's is doing. Did you see there was a bad fire next door to Sabatelli's about 2 weeks ago? downtown Pittston.
I saw that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've been through there like a week before the fire. I went in to get a hoagie, and they just closed. And they're like, "Oh, we just closed. I'm sorry. We should have locked the doors." All right, no problem. I was late. Okay, my fault. And then I hear like
Yeah.
there's like there's like big fire and shit. Now they said that Sabatelli's didn't have any damage,
Right.
but they had still closed
If
down.
anything, maybe smoke. Some smoke damage, which is pretty brutal. But I think maybe a lot of smoke, maybe some water damage. It was the building right next door, and in downtown Pittston, the buildings are right on top of each other, side by side.
From what I read I think I saw it on Facebook, they put, not if there was damage, it was real minimal. But I don't know if they're open yet or not. I don't know. All right, we got something here in the Ghetto channel. You got to cue it up.
The Ghetto channel.
It's called Car Wars.
Car Wars.
Oh yeah, some people were outside. They were playing bumper cars outside.
I did not see it, so we're gonna quick watch it now. As soon as it.
I love your they're just unscripted madness. I love it. They're just unscriptedness. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Get the Star Wars intro. Get the Star Wars intro. Oh, dude.
You can hear it, right? They did share the audio. At least they clicked the button to share the audio.
I could hear.
Okay, good.
I haven't seen this in a long time.
So they're just like sitting next to each other.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, okay.
You could hear they're actually arguing.
Yeah, I hear that now. Oh! Well, damn.
I mean, when I first moved here, stuff like this would happen all the time.
You know you got cameras up now, so they stopped. I don't know, maybe not.
From what I remember, this is pretty much it. It's just, but
The guy comes back and hits him again.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not sure why.
That clarity, that video clarity is like. That video clarity is really. We had some clear ass video.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Hey guys, it's Mike. Thanks for watching this video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content I'm providing here.
Yes, we are.
Please, if you haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you would, please subscribe to this channel. And feel free to click on the bell icon so you'll be informed when I have a new video on the channel. Sharing links to these videos is also a great way to help this channel grow.
I could.
Thank
This
you
is
so
just.
much.
Just my end spiel. You can just my end spiel. You can cut it. From what I understand, they do that kind of stuff to each other because they don't have none of them have car insurance, and it's like you do that and they can't do anything to get it like fixed. So that's like the ultimate sign of disrespect is doing that to somebody else's car.
No, Avenger, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. Here, guys, if you like the videos that Mike's putting up, click on that link.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. See, we promote everybody here. Avenger did.
We're all inclusive.
Oh yeah.
Jay, I see you did a Marcus dog this week.
Oh
Marcus.
yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't see Marcus pop in. That was interesting because I'm like, all right, Marcus wants a breakfast hot dog. How do I pull that off?
Yeah, I think you did. I think you pulled it off. It looked good.
The only thing is like maybe like a like sausage gravy, maybe just to kind of, or I still got to get used to the new air fryer. So like I toasted the bun, but it went like more of a toast than like a light toast, more of a darker toast. So maybe lighter toast. Or like maybe like some sausage gravy, something to go with it, to put on the bun. But yeah, that actually turned out better than I expected. So let's see. Let's jump over and see what False's channel's doing. Excuse me, it's that pizza. All right, build check rules from the channel just commented about 6 minutes ago. Would love to tag along on a review. Hey, I usually Saturdays I'll do a review on Saturdays. Yeah, send me your let's see how. If you go to I think my email address is in the links, but it's jsysgwentertainment@gmail.com. Send me an email and you can come along and do a review with me. That'd be awesome. Because people are probably tired of seeing my ass alone. They probably want to see new people. We're gonna cruise over to the False channel really quick.
I remember you mentioning cinnamon before. I don't know if you remember the time I ran into you at Geisinger.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was about my mother was pretty much dying.
Okay.
And she was back. She was back and forth between Geisinger and there's a nursing home that's like right up the road. So she was back and forth between the two places.
Yeah, I'm sitting
there. If I was coming at it,
it's like whoa.
I was gonna say, I mean, if I was coming out of the ER, that was not a good night. So
we got one channel watching from False's family channel. Thank you. Let's check mine. But yeah, I remember like Cinnamon. I miss Cinnamon so much. We used to have a lot of fun doing the videos, and but she ended up moving. Oh crap! Down near, actually down past Berwick. There's the FP man, and see, what's your favorite meal to cook at home to the whole? Thank you for what people are watching on my channel. Appreciate it. What's the favorite meal to cook at home to the whole crew? Breakfast, lunch, dinner. All right, breakfast. I gotta say, an omelet with some hash browns or home fried potatoes. Lunch. It's a good question. Sometimes I like doing like. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's tacos or chili. Chili I make from scratch.
I gotta try your chili one of these days. No.
Just make sure you're close to a bathroom.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. I remember you were telling me that. It's I'm gonna say lunch, burgers, chili dogs, maybe. For dinner, I'd say either like chicken or steak or chops on the grill. Now my new air fryer has that rotisserie function, so I'm gonna do maybe a small like pork loin or pork roast. Maybe I'm gonna try that one of these days. I'm making homemade pizza too, crewman. I like that. I love doing homemade pizza.
Yeah, for me, that's about the only thing that I make at home that I don't mess up. Like everything else, if I'm, following a recipe, never turns out the way I envisioned it. But if I get some pizza shells, cheese, sauce, the basics, and put them in this like pizza oven that I have, not bad.
The crewman
Gina has been hinting lately that she wants me to do my homemade meatballs. So maybe I will. Maybe next. Yeah, since I have a 5-day weekend coming up next weekend.
That'll buy you some time.
Can't wait for Friday. I get to 3 pays this month, and that's the paycheck I get to keep.
Nice.
And then I'm off for 5 days.
That's even nicer.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I might do something. The past few months have been pretty rough, and I might do something nice for myself. Maybe buy a guitar. Maybe buy a firearm. I haven't bought a firearm in like years. In fact, I just realized yesterday my carry permit's up this year. I have to renew it, September.
Matt just put in the chat. Can confirm the crewman knows his way around a pizza.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Matt. You're too kind. Now, we had a pretty nice pizza party. Maybe 2 years ago, it was in the summer. Had the family come over. Matt was here. Made some pizzas. That was a good time. They turned out really good.
The GF chimed in from Facebook saying, my house 1924.
If we're talking about house ages, no, I'm not sure when this was built. I haven't researched the deed, which I'd like to. Oldest newspaper article I could find about this place was 1898.
That goes way back.
Oh God, yeah. Like I said, this place. I'm sure this place could tell quite a few stories. Somebody got stabbed here.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it was a husband and wife domestic thing. Wife decided to stab the husband. He lived. But it's still interesting. This house, like I said, when I was going through old newspapers and stuff, this place has an amazing history.
That's cool to learn about, even if it's your own place, like local history. I love local history.
So do I.
Yeah, so if you're coming up this area in the spring, make sure you get to a couple pizzerias in Old Forge. I know there's a lot of Old Forge pizza places where you could get like the old school anchovy, Old Forge style pizza. I could try to recommend a couple places to you, but if that's your thing, you can find it in Old Forge.
See, now Friday night, that's one of the reasons why I went to Pizza Lovin' today. Normally I don't do 2 reviews in one day. Friday night, last night, I went to, I'm not going to say the name yet. You'll see it in the video when I put it up. There's a pizza place on River Road. And it says it's an Old Forge style pizza. All right. No, I've never been there. A new place. I'm thinking pretty cool. Now, I'm not familiar with old, quote unquote, Old Forge style pizza, but the crust was so overdone, it hurt to chew it. Like, it really hurt to chew the crust.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, I'm like, let me try the veggie pizza. So I was gonna, bring some vegetables into my world. It had sweet peppers, onions, mushrooms, broccoli, and black olives. I'm like, well, please do not put the black olives on. Because I hate black olives.
Yeah.
I got a full tray. I don't know if she probably just made a mistake. Half the tray had black olives on it, and the other half didn't.
Bummer.
I'm like, mother effer. No, I got waffle fries, which the waffle fries were really good because I haven't watched waffle fries in ages. So I'm like, well, do I say something? Do I just let it go? Because I don't want to be like an asshole. But it was like 7:30, and they're shutting the lights off to leave. They lock up by 8 o'clock.
Oh man.
And I'm like, oh, so I left and I'm sitting in my car watching leave it, and it's like literally like 7:35, and they're like, I'm like, what pizza place closes at 7:35? You're not gonna make any business.
Well, I don't. My thing with that, like, I would. I'm not the kind of person to like really go and complain.
Me neither.
But it's like, okay, I asked you to do something simple. You screwed it up. I'm not coming back.
And it's like, no. I asked him, please, no black olives, like 3 times. Like, just please, ma'am, no black olives. Everything else is just no black olive. And yeah, I get half black olive, half not. And talk about simple requests. Primos. You'll see that video. Oh, I already put it up. I put it up already. It was a Sunday thing. Mayonnaise, no dressing. Put the dressing on. I'm like, and the last time I went to Primos was about 3 years ago in Larksville. Well, the west side down there. And I'm like, mayonnaise, no dressing. I get it dry. How hard is a request? Mayonnaise, no dressing. It has to be like, it's like what the hell? What's up there, Mr. Koch?
It happens all the time to me.
Oh, but it's like real, like, don't put mayonnaise on my sandwich. Don't put dressing on my sandwich. It's not a hard request. I know when I'm enjoying pizza and wings, they all, oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Jay, yeah, I know. Happens. You start jamming in your wings and jamming in your, and next thing you know, you got like pizza all over your face and stuff. And you're like, ah, damn it.
Yeah, Jay. Mrs. Crewman really wants to get you up to spare time, dude.
I'm gonna
bowling alley.
Which is like, that might be, I was thinking of that either this coming Friday, either spare time or a new place, Aldeos or Aldos or Adeas.
Oh yeah, Aldo, yeah, on 315.
One or two, either or.
Nice.
Oh, to answer your other thing, Old Forge Pizza. The way I understand it, and the way I've had it, my cousin, whom I'm buddies with, he loves Old Forge Pizza. It's basically it's like your Nardone style crust with American cheese on it.
This
Like,
crust was so bad, was so overdone. I'm like, ugh. So then today I went to Pizza 11 before the show and stuffed myself. And now I'm like paying for it. But sorry.
I've only ever had an Old Forge Pizza like once that I ever liked, and I can't remember the name of the place. I went to. There was this fluke that kind of happened, and I ended up being invited to Pizza Fest up at Montage,
Okay.
where you go around the entire lodge, and there are pizza vendors, and they have you have coupons where you could it's like spending your coupons are spending money there, and you go to different ones, and you could buy it's basically like a 2-inch slice of pizza.
It's not bad.
And you get to go around and try all these pizzas, and it's really good. I mean, but I had one that was from a bowling alley up in up on Route 6 in Dixon City, and it was like the best. And to me, like, to say the best Old Forge pizza is kind of like an oxymoron, but it was the best, really good pizza, and not even for being Old Forge pizza, just it was good pizza. And I hope they're still around, because this is way pre-COVID. And I'd like to get up there someday and have, try some again, or have some again, I should say.
Speaking of predate COVID, when I went to Pizza 11 tonight, I go to pay to leave, and they're like, "We don't cash only." Oh shit! I'm like, "When did you stop taking cards?" They're like, 22. I was like, "Well, that tells you how long." So the last time I got takeout was during the pandemic, and it was like card only, like literally just like. I was like, "Damn!" So yeah, if you go to Pizza 11 in Exeter, cash only.
Oh, when I was at Franco's, they had the coolest thing. They bring you like the little foldy vinyl thing with your check in it and all that.
Okay.
But instead of sticking your card in the thing and handing it back to them, which I absolutely hate doing, because I had my debit card cloned 4 times in my life, twice in 1 year, and every time I could trace it back to when I was in a restaurant. And the card disappears. I saw a thing on Netflix many years ago where people who clone debit cards, that's like the first place they go, because servers make crap money, and they give them like $200 a card, just to write down all the information for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was going somewhere with this.
Oh yeah, did they have like a QR code or something on the receipt?
Yeah, they had a barcode to scan, and
Yeah.
you do all your credit card information right from your phone, which I would have preferred if they had PayPal. All they had was Google Pay.
Yeah.
I don't use Google Pay, but I use PayPal.
Same.
But I mean, still, it was neat, like that you didn't have to, it was just all done on your phone, and that's just cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
First time I ever encountered it. But then again, I'm old.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Jay, the
I'm old
missus
and
and
I
I
don't-
went to Wawa last night. We popped in Wawa for some beverages.
Nice. I'll stick with Sheets. It's closer.
Yeah. Same here.
It's now the GF loves, like, her and her sister go to like Wawa, and it's great. I'm like, I'll stick with Sheets on my side of the river. What you doing, Molly?
They're both good in their own way.
Yeah, but I'm like,
it's hard
to me, Wawa. I mean, they had a good hoagie. Don't get me wrong, but do I want to drive from West Pittston to Wilkesburg Township just to get a freaking Wawa? No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll drive to Jersey to get a hot dog. Go figure, because it's a hot dog.
Well, yeah. Special occasion road trip kind of thing.
What up, Fly Guy?
What's up,
How you
everybody?
doing, buddy? Oh yeah, I overdid it tonight. My stomach's killing me. I ate too much. Oh yeah.
Would you have a pizza loving? Just some pizza?
Pizza and wings. I got a half dozen of wings. I got a 7,
Nice.
like half of their tray is 7, so I got like 7 cuts. I brought 2 home.
I always liked their food. I always thought they had a good pie, good wings.
Fly Guy, here's what I say to that. None of that coffee bullshit.
Oh, FP, I had a drone related question for you last week, and you weren't here.
Oh, that's right.
I have Gina got me a drone for Christmas. I mean, it's like a Temu drone. It's not like anything like enormously expensive, but I flew it maybe 5 times around, this room. The 5th time it hit one of my guitars and went behind my amps. And now when I try to you hit the button for it to lift off, not all the propellers rotate and it does the thing, but it won't take off. I've tried adjusting the gyroscope inside with the button. It does no good. I can't figure out, is it possible that maybe since it has a gyroscope inside that maybe it's knocked out of whack or something?
Or did maybe the engines got damaged?
No, propellers are fine. In fact, I swapped them around a little bit even. But I was I put the guards on there too for the propellers.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't get any lift out of it.
Well, it's when it hit your amp or hit the wall, it bent something, and you just can't see it. Or hit something, and you just can't see it.
I don't know. Mine was it flew itself basically, kind of.
Yeah, I mean the one FP had it was like.
I really didn't get much experience with flying it that much.
I was gonna say you got one of those good quality ones though. We're talking Temu here, so.
I wonder what the return policy is with Temu. I wonder if you reach out and maybe try to send it back at a replacement. I don't know because I never really buy on Temu, but
I don't either. Gina does.
Maybe they would send you a replacement. Who knows?
Then again, I mean, I am pretty good at pulling stuff apart and fixing it. So maybe, I had a
take a
back when I was married. I had a niece, and she would, when she was little, she'd always say, Uncle Mikey can shix anything.
Yep.
So I don't know.
That's how my grandfather was too. He was the fixer in the family. Something broke, didn't matter what it was. Your car, your sink, your furnace, whatever. You call him, he'd be up here in 5 minutes fixing.
He was Mr. Fix It.
He was, man. I miss him.
It's
I'll pull these guys out and try to get
there.
In there.
Yeah, there you go.
These are also a Christmas present from Gina because the last pair I had, my one of the cats destroyed it.
My youngest nephew. I swear he's born in the wrong time period. Second year Wyoming area. So he's like 15, I think. Not 16, so he's 15. And he'll build shit in his in the basement of my sister's house. When he was younger, he had an infatuation with old pocket watches and old time coffee grinders, and he just build shit in his room. like he built to make a light, like out of just to make a light to light up, just like little shit. I tell him, I said, you're in the wrong, you're living in the wrong time period. You should have been back in the 70s inventing shit or 60s inventing shit. He had this, when he was a kid, he had this fascination with Titanic. Like, as he got older, he grew out of it, but when he was a kid, really fascinated about Titanic. And that's
Could have been his past life.
Yeah, me and my oldest sister were pondering that idea. We're thinking of that theory. Was he now? Now in the paranormal world, they say if a child dies as an infant, they get a second chance of life. But my nephew really had this connection with Titanic and things associated with that time period of the Titanic. And I'm saying to my older sister, it's my older sister's son. My oldest sister, I'm like, because we talked about past lives and stuff like that. Like, you think he had a past life where he was either on the Titanic or had some a relative on the Titanic or something? And she's like, I don't know, but it just seems so weird. Like he'll build shit like stuff that you would think back in the 60s, like trying to make a light bulb light up, like just little common just household shit, like almost like MacGyver, And but this kid, if this kid, figure out what he wants to do, he could with now computers and shit, this kid could really have a good future. And he's only 15.
Cool. Actually, I did have some in my life. I do remember the life before this one, and I was basically a nondescript Roman soldier. Yeah, just a guy making a living in a in one of the legions. Me and 5,000 other guys. And at the end of my career, when I was somewhere in my 40s, they promoted me up to Centurion and gave me command over 100 guys, and that was more or less so I could retire out with honor, kind of thing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I was. Well, I got shot off a horse with an arrow, and that wasn't fun.
That probably wasn't cool.
I still have a scar on my leg I was born with to remind me of it.
Damn.
But yeah, through dreams and through other things, memories flash back from that. I know that's my immediate life, before.
I went to a medium years and years and years ago. Now, who are they right? Are they wrong? Or who knows? It was kind of cool just to hear what they would say. And what they told me. I'm sorry, what's up, False?
Are you taking off, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I gotta get some sleep.
All
right, brother.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, you're good, man.
You guys have a good night, though.
Have a good night, brother. Rest easy, man.
Yeah, you can let me know. It's so this medium is telling me that I was the youngest child to a king and queen, where my mother, who was a queen, died. So I was raised by my sister, and the stepmother was basically a bitch, and I had royalty, and I was this, and I grew up to be like the king and shit, and I'm thinking, I wish I could remember that, because now I could say, if I lived during that time as all this wealth and power, now I'm living the flip side, barely making it. I'm like, okay, that explains it. Crothy, yeah, we're live. We are live.
Well,
Thanks for hanging out.
People
with me tonight.
think I was just gonna say, like, people think that they get this impression, like, okay, your past life has to be like, I was born in 72, so that means that the life previous to this one had to have ended around 69, 70 or something, and that's crap. Because time is meaningless anywhere but here. So if you think of the timeline we're living in right now as like a CD. So if you have a favorite song on that CD, you could just, a CD player or whatever, you can punch in anywhere to listen to it. Time works the same way in that regard. Like, I lived, probably around the 1st or 2nd century AD. But you could, time has already been completed in this realm, if you want to call it that. Time has been completed from beginning to end. The CD's already written. That's why people can predict the future sometimes. And like I said, you could punch in anywhere you want. Like I punched in here to do whatever this is. And then, but I mean, the time I was punched in before was, probably around 1800 years ago.
Damn.
But you could punch in anywhere and punch out, whenever your time's up. But, it's
interesting.
Yeah, people and people tend to, I think, make things a lot more difficult than they need to be when it comes to things like time and space. I mean, time and space are interlocked. To travel through time is to travel through space, and to travel through space is to travel through time. Walking across the room takes a certain amount of time. I don't know. Maybe we're getting a little too heavy here.
No, maybe not. I like it.
Well, I was going to add. I was listening to a podcast recently. Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was some podcast that he was on. He's on a lot of them, but I put it on my phone because the quote that he brought into this discussion was just like so heavy, So I paused it and I went back and I like put it in my phone. So it'll take me 10 seconds. Let me read you what Neil deGrasse Tyson says about time. So he says, "We do not command dimensions. We are prisoners within them. Take time, for example. We are a prisoner of the present, forever transitioning between our inaccessible past and our unknowable future. We don't feel this dimension, we live it." So I was just really...
I was never a fan of his, but
yeah, same here. It was a pretty good quote, though.
To Croatia, I'd like to respond to what you're asking. Consciousness does not need rest. Consciousness does not sleep. So when you sleep, your consciousness is off doing other things. And when consciousness returns, because I mean, what's consciousness going to do in a sleeping body? You interpret, yeah. I mean, some dreams are just dreams. Other dreams are what consciousness experiences, but translated into something that your animal mind can understand. So that's when you get into things like symbolism and dreams and things like that. That's your whole Freudian school. Or if you want to get into the archetypes of dreams, that's your whole Jungian school. But yeah, sometimes, and Freud was famous for saying sometimes a cigar is just like in reference to a dream. Sometimes a cigar in a dream is just a cigar in a dream, But like I said, I think a lot of what dreams are is consciousness never sleeps. Consciousness needs to do things to amuse itself. And I think the interesting part about that is the way animals dream. And you could visibly watch a sleeping animal and know that, when it's dreaming.
Well, that's like with Molly, like I'll hear like she'll like make little chirping noises and like you'll see her paws like she's running in her sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, the animals they have consciousness. Everything in this planet has consciousness. The planet itself has consciousness. And we make up part of that. Just like the cells in your body are all conscious, they're all having individual experiences. They probably don't see themselves as like little amoebic, circular, globular. They probably imagine themselves probably not too different than we're imagining this, because this is a collective dream. This is collective imagination.
Always had
And we all contribute
crazy
to it.
dreams.
We all.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was saying, like, my dreams have always been vivid and crazy, but within the past, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 months, like, my dreams have been nuts lately. Like, even if I take an hour nap or something on the couch, like I did today, like, I just have the craziest dreams anymore. I don't know what is going on in my head. My dreams are nuts anymore.
I love to dream. I don't sleep long enough to dream because I have to get up and take a whiz, and I'll
Yeah.
fall asleep and then the next thing you know, like I'm up, like damn, I gotta go to the bathroom. Then it takes about God knows how long to fall back to bed, and then a couple hours later, gotta go to the bathroom. Like damn it. Once in a while once in a while I could dream. So small or like short clip, but I love dreaming.
Me too.
Well, they say that you tend to dream less as you grow older because all your dreams, like you have a third eye. It's called the pineal gland. It's at the very center of your brain, and it's part of the endocrine system. Um, pineal gland symbology is everywhere in the world. It's always symbolized as a pine cone, which is where it gets its name. But there's a giant statue of a pine cone at the Vatican, and it lies at the center of what's called the court of the pine cone. You'll see in like ancient art, there's the Sumerian art. There are figures holding pine cones in their hands. As you get older, the pineal gland can calcify. In fact, a lot of times that's how they find brain tumors when they do a CAT scan. If the pineal gland will show up as being bright white, and if it's pushed to one side or the other, they could tell which hemisphere you may have a brain tumor happening. But pineal calcification can actually be traced back to fluoride. Sodium fluoride actually causes pineal calcification. So try to find a non-fluoride toothpaste, and you'll dream even better. Because that's the pineal gland has rods and cones just like an eyeball. It also has like an auditory. That's why they call it the third eye. I mean, it literally is an eye.
Gotcha.
But that's how you visualize things in your head. You're actually seeing it in your pineal gland. Oh, I have a visitor.
Who's a visitor?
Oh, my big guy Xavier.
Fenger, I had a problem with waking up to whiz, but now I wear a diaper. And I'm sure you do.
That's the way to go.
Guys, I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek. Hopefully it works. Of next Friday's video. One moment. So I'm queuing it up here. It's a steak supreme pizza.
Yeah.
He loves it.
You're a loyal pizzeria customer. They make good food.
All right, what's going on, food crew? It is I'm your SGW guy. It's Friday. It's pizza. We're doing takeout. We're getting delivery. I'm going out and stuff tonight. It's too cold. I'm getting this steak supreme pizza. All right, guys. My buddies at Villa Pizzeria.
And I got large steak supreme pizza. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Which you will see on my you'll see this video after my NEPHE steak.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
project video, which this is in there, but it's a smaller one. Oh yeah, baby, we're going to eat some pizza.
I can't hear.
All right, food crew. It is I, the doctor of foodology.
This is still my 2024 videos.
Pizza.
I didn't even get into the 25 videos yet.
You're playing catch up.
I am. Just a little quick show for next week.
Damn. Can't wait to watch that one, man. That's making me hungry.
Yeah, about ready to go on a food coma.
Yeah, really.
What did I do?
What's the best thing you had from there, Jay? I know you've given them a lot of business. You like their pizza? You like their hoagies? Like what's your go-to item at Villa? Or do you kind of explore the menu a little bit, try to get something different every time?
Now, like when you get like a loaded pizza like that, he does not skimp on toppings. Like you get it, like you just saw, you get a shit ton of toppings. Even like I think I put a picture. I didn't do a video, but I put a picture up. I got a club the other day, a steak and cheese club sandwich. You get almost like a pound of fries. I don't know if it's a pound, but it's pretty damn close. And all right, I will in a minute, Steph. Give me 1 sec. But so
I can't hear you.
What? Also, they have this meatball parmesan hoagie. That was like one of the first things I had there, and that was really good too. I mean, now the GF loves their fish platter. All right, so Steph wants one of us to ask, what did you have for dinner, Mr. Crewman?
All right.
I'm sorry.
We had ice cream for dinner tonight. That was our dinner.
I'm sorry.
Because, the holidays and the aftermath of the holiday, and we're just like, I hate to say it, but we're just kind of sick of eating. Like,
Yeah, I
I
get
just
it.
feel like we've been, sometimes you're just like, it's like, what do you want? We're not going to cook on a Saturday. We just couldn't really agree on anything. We're just like, you want to just get ice cream for dinner? Yeah, sounds good. So that's what we had for dinner tonight.
Did you get like the Turkey Hill like pub, or did you actually go somewhere?
Usually that's what I do because there's a Turkey Hill right down the road. So I'll get a quart or whatever it is, of like one of their many varieties of ice cream. But no, tonight we either Uber Eats or we DoorDashed Jitty Joe's in Music.
They're open now? I didn't think
we
they're
had
open.
a gift card.
I didn't know Jitty Joe's was open now. That's too early.
Yeah. They're open, man. They're they have some good ice cream. Not the most, well balanced, like healthiest thing to eat for dinner, but hey, that's what we did.
Over my biggest sister's house last Sunday, she had this ice cream. Now it's not a Garrity's doesn't sell. It's called Tillabot or Tillamont, something like that. I can't remember the full name. So Eileen, if you're watching, put a chat name of that ice cream. This was the most Tillamount or Tillabout, something like that.
So you have like a bigger sister?
Oh,
and
I have a older sister and an oldest sister. My oldest sister, me and her are 10 years apart.
Okay.
And me and my older sister are 6. So my oldest sister said, "You got to try this ice cream." So I'm like, "Oh yeah." And it was Tillamont, Tillabot, something like it. It's Tilla something. I can't remember. But this was the most creamiest Tillamook. Yes. Tilla, there it is. And this was the most creamiest ice cream I have ever had. Out of all the ice cream shit I ate, this was the most creamiest.
So you're like taking me back to like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. They're like,
that wasn't my favorite. One of my the Temple of Doom was
out of all of them. It really wasn't the best.
We lost Fred.
It was also a prequel, so
Was that
which was just it was supposed to be. It was supposed to happen a year
Raiders?
before Raiders of the
I was
Lost
gonna say,
Ark.
like, now Temple of Doom wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best. Like, I'd have to say Raiders, then The Last Crusade, then the Temple.
Last Crusade was an
Oh,
awesome
yeah.
film.
Oh, we lost Fred. Son of a bitch. One thing I liked about the Last Crusade where he had to like he's looking at the he's like, no man can jump this, and like literally there was like a bridge, but you couldn't see it the way it was. You just couldn't.
Yeah,
And
the leap of faith.
yeah.
I don't know. I thought the last two films that they did were pretty good. I know
The
everybody
Crystal
hates them.
Skull. I could take or leave that one. That's kind of, I don't know. Now the last one,
I thought they were both. I thought they were both a lot.
I saw the last one. I thought was decent. He did a good job for the last one.
Yeah, like I said, I liked them both. Really, I mean, I'm a sucker for stuff like that. I don't take movies too seriously. You know, if I sit through it, if I have a lot of fun watching it.
Right.
You know, that's my criteria.
The one thing I liked at the end of the Crystal Skull. Why can't I? Oh, there's my mouse. The Crystal Skull was when they had the wedding and the door opens and but you see a picture of Sean Connery.
Yeah.
That was cool. Like how they rolled that was cool.
Yeah, they decided not to bring Sean Connery back.
He retired
it.
though.
Yeah, well, it was like that they were going to have him like for like at the time they were going to have him like maybe for a few scenes in the beginning, but they felt like, well, ultimately everybody's just going to be like disappointed when he can't come along for the adventure. So that's exactly, they just felt like, just from a writing standpoint, you know, it wasn't a good idea to have him in it.
There was I saw on YouTube where they did they're talking to like Steven Spielberg and George Lucas about like they couldn't like cast somebody else to play that part because like that was Sean Connery's part. Like, so they did it that way to kind of keep his memory in it and kind of like pay tribute to Sean Connery that way.
Also, Denholm Elliott, who played Marcus Brody, had died already. So, hey, there's
sorry,
Fred.
guys. My connection dropped out. My Wi-Fi stopped working for 5 minutes. So
I'm like, oh, where's Fred left? We were talking about the end of the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh,
the wedding scene where he marries what's her name?
Karen.
Adrian Ravenwood.
Marion.
Or
and
Marion. Why did I say Adrian? Marion Ravenwood.
But and then like we're saying how because Connery was actually retired, but they don't want to recast him with another person. That just would be bad. So they rolled him where at the end during the wedding, like the doors blow open, Indy's hat rolled, but you see a picture of Sean Connery, like as you know, the dad.
Yeah.
But from the dawn of time we came.
Yeah, I like The Last Crusade.
Down through the centuries.
Yeah, me too. I would probably say The Last Crusade is probably my favorite. The first one is also the best too. Raiders is great. Temple of Doom was pretty dark. That was like Empire Strikes Back, kind of like darkness, to that franchise.
Nobody ever catches on though. The Temple of Doom is actually a prequel. It's supposed to take place a year before the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I just, as a kid, like I was like, I mean, I saw all of them in the first two in the theaters when I was a kid, And my mom took me to see Temple of Doom. It's like, what's this? You know, where's Marion? Where's
Yeah, Marcus.
where's everybody from? Where's Sala? Where's everybody from the last
Yeah.
movie?
I like Brody and the what was his name? Was that the kind of heavy Indian guy? But like,
Yeah.
Yeah, John Rhys
was that
Davies.
Sala?
Sala.
I am the monarch of the
It's funny,
sea.
Venger's not in Exeter. I'm in Exeter. Well, I'm close to Exeter. Me and False are close to Exeter. Did not know that. But it's funny in the Last Crusade, the girls like,
I do know.
I would say the
Sorry.
girls like, when they're looking, they finally get the book. Like the bad guys are like, where are these pages? Then she goes, Marcus Brody has it, and Indy's like, he'll blend in. He has 3. He'll blend in. You'll never find him.
Yeah.
And
He
then
can
like
speak
next scene,
10
he's like,
different languages, and he's
he's
like, yeah.
He's 3 days ahead of you. He knows every
Here,
Arabic dialect.
see,
But with any luck, he already has the
Right,
Grail by
right,
now.
right.
next thing he's like, does anybody speak English? And that's when he rolls.
Yeah.
I say, hello. I say, does anybody here speak English?
I love that scene. That's great.
Then at the end, when they, after they get the Grail, but they leave and they're sitting on their horse, and he's like, Sean Connery looks at Indiana Jones. Shet looks at it and goes, got lost in his own museum, huh? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Got lost in his own museum, huh? Mm-hmm. After you, Junior. What is this Junior? That's his name, Henry Jones Jr.
Junior.
You were named for the
I
dog?
like
We named the dog Indiana.
The dog? You were named after the dog? And he's like, I had fond memories of that dog. But yeah, them 4 like perfectly. Those actors brought those characters like perfectly connected. Like
Yeah,
if anybody else
so
tried to do it,
Venger, I did. Venger, I was aware that Tom Selleck was supposed to, or was actually did even test screenings and stuff for Indiana Jones. The reason he turned down the role was because he already had Magnum PI and they were going to start shooting that. So he was under contract and he was kind of forced to turn it down. Initially, George Lucas did not want to use Harrison Ford because he's Han Solo. He didn't want, he didn't want him in 2 of his franchises like that.
it worked out.
But he read for the part. He read it brilliantly, and thankfully he got it. I think he's excellent.
Okay, you probably noticed, Mike, but I'm going to throw this question out anyway. The first major film that Harrison Ford was in, does anybody remember?
Apocalypse Now.
The first starring role was actually another George Lucas film, and that would be the one. I can't think of the name of it. It's like what all the hot
American
dogs are.
Graffiti.
American Graffiti.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his first. I mean, he had done other things, but that was like his first credited starring role.
Harrison Ford, Ron Howard, Cindy Williams. All right, Venger, if you were going to make a sequel to a film that currently does not have a sequel, what would it be?
Titanic. Titanic 2.
They did that.
That was stupid. I mean,
just joking.
No, but Titanic 2, that movie, was literally stupid. It was dumb.
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
Yeah, there is. It never made it to the theaters. It just made it to video, but it was dumb. It was bad.
Yeah.
Let's shit. Let me think.
Man, that's a great question.
Have a sequel to it yet?
Hamlet 2, Vengeance from the Grave. Remember they did that in Last Action Hero. They made a Hamlet 2 and to be or not to be.
There was
not to be.
Back in the late 70s. I think it was the 70s. Let me take a quick look here.
Pumping Iron.
There was a
Schwarzenegger. There's a sequel. Wait, no, they did do a sequel to that. Have you seen the movie Pumping Iron?
no.
It's about me pumping iron.
Okay, from what I understand, there is no sequel to. So I would do this. In 1980, there was a movie called Used Cars.
Oh God!
Jack Warden played 2 parts. Looks like Kurt Russell.
Yeah, at Royal Fuchs.
Yeah, I would do a Used Cars somehow.
Honestly, right behind me, the black hole. You know, like what happened after they went
through the black hole
through and beyond. Marvel Comics had an entire series of the adventures of, you know, I can't remember Robert Forster's character's name, the captain, but all the, you know, Kate, the pilot, I can't remember his name, and Vincent, and basically Marvel Comics had an entire series of, you know, they initially did the comic book version of the black hole, and then they continued on and had adventures with Vincent and the rest of the crew. And that would be that'd be an interesting thing to see a sequel of.
I think I have a thought now. I think I like the Shawshank Redemption. You know, the ending of that movie always kind of gives me goosebumps when Tim Robbins is on the beach and Morgan Freeman, you know, joins him after he serves his time. I'd just like to know sort of what happens after. Like, are people out looking for Tim Robbins because he escaped from prison? Or is he just able to fly under the radar for the rest of his life? You know, I don't know. I guess maybe Shawshank would be a good sequel, but it probably wouldn't work.
Ever since I was a little boy, people have enjoyed the sound of my voice.
Also,
that's my best Morgan.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Then also, what would be kind of interesting, like, remember the movie Escape from Alcatraz?
Right.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
Well, they should at the end of that movie they show them like sneaking off the island.
Yeah.
But what, according to the
what happens?
Like,
what happens
like,
next?
What,
like,
happened? What happened to them? Like what?
Yeah. Where did they go?
Where did they die? Did they? Yeah. Well, what that would be. That would be something.
Yeah. Or even like, okay, Venger just said Castaway. So how about a sequel to Forrest Gump? You know, because that movie was so well done. How, you know, he goes through so many different time periods, the 50s all the way through the 80s. Maybe have him, you know, see the world through Forrest Gump's eyes from the 80s to, you know, present day. That would be good too.
Anything Forrest, like that Tom Hanks played a magnificent role as Forrest Gump, and but I have to laugh at towards like the end. He's sitting there telling the story next to the lady, and there's a guy, and the guy's like, "We're sitting next to a millionaire," like because he had the Bubba Gump hat on.
Yeah.
And like he was. Do you want to see Lieutenant Dan? Yeah. And she's like, oh shit, that's real. So yeah, I would say used cars. Or like I would do like maybe like a documentary. Shit. Maybe like a documentary, because like I worked in fast food since I was 16 years old. So literally up until I started working at Cognizant in 17. I'm sure if I sit down, I could write a book of behind the scenes of fast food and like make like a movie out of it or some shit. Like,
oh yeah. Yep. You know, it's sad because there's so many movies that they made sequels to, and the sequels sucked. It's like they shouldn't have done it. That was awful. You know, here we are like racking our brains trying to find, you know, good movies where a sequel might be
good,
you know, valuable. But oh man,
The Highlander.
There's so
Worst sequel ever
there's
was the Highlander.
there's so many bad sequels out there. So many.
Now, Adrian Paul wasn't bad, but Lambert's like,
I'm talking about the first. I'm talking about the Christopher Lambert,
Oh,
Sean
okay.
Connery. From the dawn of time, we came, moving silently down through the centuries. That Highlander.
Yeah, the second one was
that
really like
Planet
that was
Zeist.
stupid.
That's all I have
was
to
stupid.
say.
Now it was kind of I watched it because it was a Highlander, and the best part I liked about that was like he's like the old guy, and he's fighting the what's happening? Gina? You are here. I thought you were sick. Oh yeah, that's not.
She's actually sitting next to me on the couch.
Feel better, Gina.
But
magic legs. What the hell?
I hope you break that fever.
They're all saying feel better.
Croatian.
And yes, Gina does have magic legs.
Not touching that one. I just lost my train of thought too, son of a bitch. Movies and like like something from Vivid popped in my head.
Vivid?
I
don't want to touch that one.
No, saying like making like movies, and then I'm thinking of something, and then Croce put magic legs, and I thought it was something like, oh, we can make a Vivid movie. I'm like, yeah, no. But what was I lost my train of thought. Oh, we're talking about the Highlander. That's right. The best part, like where he's still like he's old, not ready to die, and the two come from Planet Zeist to kill him, but they end up dying and gets his like youth back. That part was like I think the best part of the whole friggin' movie. And he sits there, he's like ah shit, here we go again. Like before he gets hit with the lightning and shit. Lambert.
Well, I want to know how a Swiss guy, with a Swiss accent or Swiss German accent or whatever he speaks, when he turned old, all of a sudden, he acquired some weird Yiddish accent, and then and then when he turns young again, then he's Christopher Lambert again. I don't know. Basically, in the entire Highlander franchise, anything they come out with, you have to pretend that anything that came out before didn't happen, didn't exist, because the Highlander had a beginning, middle, and end. He killed the Kurgan. He won the prize. Sorry, spoiler alert. And that's the end. I mean, he won the prize. The fact that you have to go and Christopher Lambert said the only way he would do it is if they brought Sean Connery back somehow, because he wanted to work with him again, because they got to be really friendly in like the first movie. The way they brought him back was completely ludicrous.
It's like
I don't know it.
But
I'd like to share with you guys real quick my two of my favorite Sean Connery movies. Well, three. Last Crusade, absolutely. He was great with Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones. First Night, I think it came out in the 90s when he plays King Arthur and Richard Gere is Lancelot. I like that movie. Sean Connery was good in that. And Entrapment with Sean Connery, Catherine Zeta-Jones is another badass movie that I haven't seen in a long time.
The one he did with Wesley Snipes and I don't know the other person, where he played a Japanese expert detective kind of Rising Sun, I think it was.
Okay, yeah.
Wesley Snipes. I don't know.
There
was that one.
The Rock with Nicolas Cage.
That was really the Rock.
Welcome to the Rock.
I want to give a shout out to NKSU, Ja Rule, Heather McCarty from Instagram. Checking us from Instagram. Thanks, guys, for hanging out on Instagram with us. Appreciate it. And to all my new subscribers just recently. Thank you.
And Connery was good in anything.
Yeah, he really was.
I can't think of anything. Even if the movie was bad, like Highlander 2, Sean Connery had a lot of good
Oh
moments in
yeah.
that.
Even
film.
though that movie sucked, Connery still was awesome.
He was so awesome.
I liked Connery as 007. He was 007.
If you get the time,
He was
look up the movie Double 007. It stars Sean Connery's brother and nobody else, and it's hilarious to watch as a spy. It's like basically they're doing everything they can to not call him James Bond. It's just like one of the cheesiest movies ever. Like I said, starring Sean Connery's younger brother, playing a very similar role to James Bond.
You want to talk about cheesy knockoffs? Let me see if I can find it.
They actually made an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 out of it because it's that bad.
Oh Jesus! One moment. If I could find it, and then this is going to be like a cheesy knockoff. Let me see.
I mean, that's like doing like okay, Martin Sheen, The West Wing. That's like doing like The East Wing with Joe Estevez.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Estevez, of course, is is Martin Sheen's younger yet vastly more talented brother. That's there's any kind of Joe Estevez movie that you could find out there, and there are a few. Watch it. They're funny as hell. And I would wager to say that there's just in his appearance, there's a shot that Joe Estevez may be Emilio Estevez's real father. But that's just me.
Venger put up something now. I know speak like not Sean Connery, but James Earl Jones gave them permission to use his voice for an AI.
Yeah, he even read stuff, for that.
Here, I got something. I got a cheesy knockoff for you. Just one moment. Now we're talking cheesy knockoffs here. I won't play the whole thing. I'll just play a little bit of it.
Okay. I hear Wagner.
Hardware Wars. A spectacle light years ahead of its time. Starring Fluke Starbucker, intergalactic boy wonder. Augie Ben Doggy, venerable member of the Red Eye Knights. Princess Android, interstellar damsel in distress.
This is good. This is really good.
Ace mercenary pilot and intergalactic wise guy. Nader, villain. C, incredible celestial masters, ablaze with death-dealing weaponry.
That's a cheesy knockoff.
Enjoy mirth-filled moments with the amusing antics of Space Drones 4Q2 and Artie Deco.
Artie Deco, where are you? At last, where have you been? Secret mission? What plan? What are you talking about? This is madness. Wait a minute, where are you going? We're heading in this direction. What are we going to do? We're doomed for certain. Oh dear, I'm going to regret this. gotten us into?
So I don't get hit with like pirating or anything.
Just a,
Copy.
just a total spoof.
Copyright strike.
Total spoof on Star Wars.
I'll put here in the chat. Here is the link to watch that on YouTube.
Man, that's even better than Spaceballs.
Nothing will be. Oh, Spaceballs was awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Spaceballs.
Did you guys like
My brother's cousins.
did you guys like the Mummy with Brendan Fraser? That kind of reminded me of like the Indiana Jones.
Never saw it.
It's a great movie. I mean the sequel's okay too. But the first one is really good. I mean, if you like the Indiana Jones stuff, I mean, great movie.
Like cross between Indiana Jones and like I'd say Nicolas Cage's character in National Treasure.
National Treasure. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jay.
Getting back to movies that should have a sequel. How about Breakfast Club 2? See him like all like 50 years or like 40 years later. Molly Ringwald and Judd
Just
Nelson. They had
like reunion type.
He's like her baby daddy, and she's like, "You still owe me for back support," and Ali Sheedy and Emilio Estevez, still happily married.
Yep. That would work.
And Anthony Michael Hall just like he's like the Bill Gates of like he's a billionaire. Yeah, just catch up with all of them like 40 years later, and they all go out to breakfast together and sit in a diner and argue.
Yeah.
It's speaking of Molly Ringwald, it's another like 16 Candles. 16 Candles. Like
So
make
like gonna say like 56 candles now.
Like we're like what they're like now, like older and stuff. Which also Anthony Michael Hall played in it.
Yeah, in fact, those two were dating during that.
Were
film.
they? I didn't know that. It's
56 Candles, the AARP years.
Yeah.
Easy, man. I'm only 4 years away.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm already getting letters and stuff from AA.
I'm getting.
They send them out early now, right? I mean, yeah.
My phone rings.
Nah, pretty much once you turn 50.
The other day, I get a phone call.
50's young. 50 is young. 50 is the new.
It's funny. There you go, Avenger. Write it. The other day, I get a phone call. I'd like to talk to you about how we can help you with your Medicare benefits. Shit, I'm not that old yet. It's like, nah, sir, I don't qualify for Medicare. I'm only 52. Have a nice. Call me in about 4 years, or how many years?
Yeah,
10 years. Yeah, I'm like, your Medicare benefits can be. I'm thinking to myself, Jesus, God, I'm already getting Medicare calls. Yeah, like son of a
Matt
bitch.
P was wondering if we have any Naked Gun fans. He and I are huge Leslie Nielsen fans. We have all his movies, like all the spoof movies he did. Wrongfully Accused, Spy Hard, all the Naked Gun movies. Hilarious.
What about the Creep? What about the Creep Show?
Creep Show.
He was in the Creep Show.
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
In one of their segments. Yeah, he was in the Creep Show.
Yeah, the one with Ted Danson.
Such a legend. Yeah, we're big fans.
Creep Show did have a sequel. But yeah, Leslie Nielsen, actually Gina and I, we both like the Naked Gun stuff. And it's been argued like the best way to play comedy is to do it absolutely straight, and Leslie Nielsen did that perfectly.
Yeah,
Gina
totally
sounds very good. I hear like dying in the background.
Oh, Jay hears you, Gina. She's running a fever of 102 now. She's not.
Yeah,
feeling well.
no. I told her NyQuil. Drug yourself with NyQuil.
She took some. Huh? I'm sorry.
It's like she was saying she's eating cheese.
She has the chills. Not
Something about,
cheese.
I thought she said something about cheese. I was like, what? Okay.
How's work going, Gina? How are things at work?
Fred wants to know how things are at work. Huh? She likes it there.
Cool.
Just wishes it was full time.
Yeah.
Like she can't hear you. I
Translate.
have to relay because I have the headphones on.
Yeah. I hope you feel better.
Fred hopes you feel better. And she said, so do I.
All right. One thing I want to just bring up really quick. Last Monday, Raw moved to Netflix. All right. I broke down and got Netflix, like the $6.99 or whatever, the cheapest one, just to watch Raw that night. And Hulk Hogan came out, and like people like were really booing him. He was getting booed.
I heard about that.
And then like aftermath.
Gina says, thank you, Avenger.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. And like I saw him like after like on YouTube, like he's vowing like never to walk on a WWE out in the WWE ring again because he got booed and shit. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, he does strike me as somebody who has a really fragile ego.
Yeah.
So
Jay, did I see Macaulay Culkin in the crowd?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was gonna say, was he actually in the ring?
He was just in the crowd. He was just watching, I guess. I know that the camera panned on him for a minute and the crowd went crazy.
It was Macaulay Culkin, and there's a couple other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there's a couple other ones that were there. It was cool though when Rhea Ripley, spoiler, won the women's title from Liv Morgan. And I still like Hulk Hogan, but everybody was booing the shit out of him. And but Rhea Ripley, spoiler, wins the women's title from Liv Morgan. And you know, she's leaving with the belt. I hears the Undertaker like bong. Here he comes out on his motorcycle. He comes down, rides around the ring, comes back up, stops next to Rhea Ripley, and I see them go like fist bump, like, and they're like, yeah, and then you see the fireworks going off and shit. And they caught her like on a side camera. She's like, literally like she did not know he was gonna come out. Like she was even surprised. But yeah, the Undertaker still kicks ass even after all these years.
Yeah, he does. He was always one of my favorites. Me and my brother.
Even like back in the days of the NWA, when Sid Vicious got injured, it was the Skyscrapers. It was Sid Vicious and Dangerous Dan Spivey. When Vicious hurt himself, they put Marcellus as the other, Davis, or the other one of the Skyscrapers. The next thing you know, he comes walking out as the Undertaker in Survivor Series, and how he would like climb up the ring, like walk the ring, like walk on the top. Like you got to have balance to do that shit. Like that's not easy.
Oh yeah.
He made it look so freaking easy.
I know. Yep.
Something my father used to always say: you can always tell when somebody's really good at what they do if they make you feel like, oh man, that's the easiest thing in the world to do. When somebody makes something look easy, that's how you know they're really good.
That's how my one friend, one of my buddies from growing up from childhood, just an amazing drummer, like the most amazing God-given talent. I remember being like 15, 16 after school, we'd play music in his living room, and he would just get behind the drums, man, and I would just sit there and laugh. He was just so good. When he would start playing, I would just like giggle. He was just that good, like naturally, made it look so easy.
Do you ever do anything with it?
Yeah, actually, was in bands, toured years ago, and the album that I finished, I think I was telling you guys I like did an album
Yeah.
month, it took a couple years to put it together, but he played drums on most of the songs on my album. So eventually
Cool.
I'll try to release that so y'all could hear it. But yeah, thankfully I stayed in touch with him and I was able to get him in the studio with me for a couple songs. So that was a real win. Yeah, good dude.
I wish I learned how to play an instrument like back in. I wish I learned how to play guitar or something, or tried to learn how to sing or some shit. Like, but yeah, it never happened.
It's not too late.
Yeah, true.
Where there's life, there's hope.
'Cause, I mean, I'll sit out in the back, like in the summer, I'll sit out in the back with Molly out in the back. I'll just start like singing the tunes and shit, and like, damn, thinking like, damn, why couldn't I have been like a singer?
Well, Venter wants to do karaoke when he comes into the area, so we could all go do karaoke.
Oh
and we could
yeah,
take it from there.
there we go.
I would
Yeah,
be cool. I love doing karaoke.
Gina loves karaoke.
Yeah, me
I haven't
too.
done karaoke in like years, but dude, I would fucking do it. Hey,
Yeah,
that'd be
I'm
my
shy.
only claim to fame is I did karaoke. I'll put it up on the YouTube channel.
let's do
Put
it.
it up or put it up, in we'll premiere it in the show here, doing karaoke. Actually, today when I was coming back, I had to go and buy some new underdrawers, right? So the place where I can get my size is it's casual.
Thanks for sharing
I
that.
know. But it goes into another story. But there's a place called Casual Mail up across from Burger King on Kidder Street. Well,
Believe it or not, I used to work there.
it's now it's no longer Casual Mail. It's called DXL something, or it's different name, but they still have your information. I was like, oh shit. So after I had to pay with my blood and firstborn to get what I needed to get, I'm like, before I was on my way, like wondering where am I going to go to eat. I didn't get to Pizza 11 yet, but I'm just like jamming like on like YouTube music, like connected to the car. There's a song, and I'm sure you guys heard it, "Broken" by Seether. But there's two versions. Yeah. One where he does it, where he's like but one where there's with the girl.
Amy, yeah, from Evanescence.
From where?
From I think it was the girl from Evanescence. I think Amy something.
Amy Lee, but I know she's with a band or anything. Anyway, like I'm like that'd be like a cool song to do like karaoke with, and I'm like, yeah, where the hell am I gonna find karaoke now? But I would love to go out one night and do karaoke and shit and just hang out. When Venture comes in April, we need to like find a karaoke joint.
Nice.
Well, Old Time Charlie's, they do karaoke.
Oh yeah, we could do that. They do karaoke. You're right, Mike. We can go there.
I know the owners. Actually, I used to work there.
That's right.
I was a bouncer there.
Yeah,
it's like,
oh man, we should get together there. I love their food.
I haven't been there in years. I've been there in a long time.
Love their pizza.
Me either. Not since COVID. Yeah, they do have really good. They really do have good pizza.
Oh, I love their food, man.
So I'd be like Caesar would be a song I'd like to do karaoke to. What other one? There was a couple other ones. Now I'll be damned if I can think of it.
Xavier.
Yeah, like I'll be jamming out in the car. Probably people look at me like I'm fucking nuts or some shit. But I like to, I'll be like singing with, because YouTube music connects to the car, so I'm like jamming out. Like it just gives you a playlist. I'm like, cool. Like I get it all mixed. Kiss to Motley Crue to Nickelback. Another song that would be cool to do karaoke to, but you need someone else to do it with you. Ugly Kid Joe's version of Cats in the Cradle. I like that version.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, there's There's a ton of
The only other hit they had.
yeah. There's a ton of great karaoke songs. There really are.
I'd love to do like a Gene Simmons one, like "Living in Sin" by Gene Simmons.
Yeah. Nice.
I thought that was Bon Jovi.
They might, maybe they did a song, but Gene Simmons on Gene Simmons's Kiss solo album. It's called "Living in Sin."
I know.
Fedra, you know what else I would do? I would do Champagne Supernova by Oasis. That would be another karaoke song. I think I did it back in the day when I used to go to the bars.
I used to do Beth back in the day.
Nice. Great song.
See, when I was like 122, actually, I actually was able to like sing pretty, like, I'm not gonna say super great, but like not bad. Like, and then like I do Beth. So I think I did. I can't remember. But now, as you know, we get older, our voices go, and like the whole body just takes a shit, and here we are.
Right.
But I still like to do karaoke.
I'd probably do Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen. Well, if you're gonna
Congenial Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac. Could you,
Gina, can you do Fleetwood
could
Mac?
you sing like Stevie Nicks, Gina?
She says no. When she does karaoke, she does "These Boots Are Made for Walking." That's her.
Oh, okay. Nancy Sinatra.
And Walking After Midnight.
Or "Walking After Midnight" by Patsy Cline. That's another one she likes to do.
Oh.
And so when she does boots, does she actually wear boots?
Do you actually wear boots when you do boots?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
Because you can't like make these boots walk when you're wearing sneakers. Because you're wearing sneakers. Yeah, I don't.
She used to have a pair of, when we first met, she had a pair of thigh-high boots that were absolutely killer. Huh?
I don't know where they are anymore.
I guess they got lost in the move.
Pearl Jam. Yeah, after a few drinks, correct, Venger. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Also, I'd actually like to do like maybe like I try Sour Girl by STP, but like the acoustic version.
Yeah, great song.
She's a good girl, loves her
Even
mom.
God, I'm freaking blanking.
You know, it'd be cool to
I'm blanking.
pick a karaoke song from each, generation. So pick a song from the 70s, do that, take one from the 80s, and yeah, I'd probably do
How about the 20s?
the 20s. Yeah, sure.
The 1920s.
The 1920s.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion
Do it.
putting on the Ritz?
Definitely do it.
All right, now I can't believe I can't remember that guy's name.
Cab
No, oh
Calloway?
no, he's a good one too. But no,
No, I'm just throwing out
you know,
random names.
You just sang part of a verse. Running down a dream.
Petty, Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I think of that name? I could not think of that name to save my life. He did.
Oh,
go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say it'd be interesting to know and to learn. Tom Petty, midway through his career, he had lost his house to fire. And afterwards, I mean, he lived in the San Fernando Valley, like, it's basically burning right now. He spent millions upon millions of dollars on a fireproof home. Like he made the new house 1,000% fireproof, and I would love to know if that house is still
That'd be
standing right
interesting.
now.
Yeah.
Because they're showing some houses like people going back, like I don't like the one reporter, like in her house is like was up on a hill and was like not touched because I guess like the concrete or whatever, but her house was not touched. Like from what they could see, they couldn't go up the road because the road was blocked by a tree, but it looked like it was not touched.
Terrible what's going on out there, man. It's awful.
It is.
I agree.
So I said in the beginning of the show, my hearts go out to California. I heard the other day when I was talking to the GF, Mexico and Canada sent like their fire crew to help too, to help California, like to help them try and put out the fires. And I commend I'm assuming it's true. And if that's the case, I commend Canada, Mexico for for them saying, "Hey, we're going to help you."
Yeah, in fact, the plane that got hit by the drone was actually from Canada. I'm trying to think which province. Maybe. Yeah, it's like here they're nice enough to loan you a plane, and you send it back to them needing a new wing.
Because someone with a drone, that sucks. Somebody when it was not supposed to be flying a drone, flew drone. I mean, I could see if you're trying to check your house and fly low, like to see if your house is still in one piece. But I think he was and the plane clipped it. I don't know.
Yeah, getting content for social media. That's what that person was more than likely doing.
Now, I don't know what kind of drone it was. Was it a big drone, a little drone, like an FP size drone, or was it like a bigger?
Enough of a drone to take to damage a wing of a plane to make it unflyable.
Now that guy should be charged.
And
they're saying
the FBI says that they're narrowing it down. Like they have, because these people are stupid and they actually they take that what they filmed and they're putting it out on social media. So. But they said they have really good leads. They've already caught like 12 people. I think I saw one on YouTube. Like somebody was like flying over the Hollywood sign and stuff to, I guess, show you that was still there. But still, it's like you're in a no-fly zone.
Like even with
what are you doing? What are you thinking?
With like FP's drone, you have to be so careful where you fly that. Like. That's why just a couple times you might have heard FP get like a little bit discouraged. Like he got this drone before he actually looked into how about flying the drone. Because like in West Pittston, because we're so close to the airport, West Pittston is a no-fly zone at all. But if you go down to the monuments, you're okay in Wyoming. But it's like what he had for like he did a video for the 4th of July. He actually had to contact the FA. Was it the FA? It was the FA. And get the FAA. And get
Federal Aviation Administration.
He had to get permission to fly for like an hour.
He had
he had to tell him I want to fly from like 10 o'clock to 11 to catch the fireworks for just because I just do it for fun. And they gave him.
Did he have to? I was going to say, did they have to do anything like ridiculous, like make him submit a flight plan or anything like that?
He has an app on his phone that from like I guess an FAA app or something that came with the drone. Go on this app, and like that's where you would ask them for permission to fly, like if you're in a no-fly zone. So he literally had to ask permission to fly for an hour, and he said he basically told him in this however he did it, he was just going to send it up and just do like a 360 kind of just to catch everything in the air. You're not like fly just to go, literally just fly up so many feet, do like just a circle for like an hour and then come down and that's it. But he was able to do it for an hour. He got permission. But if not, but also would start it wouldn't flag because he got permission. But normally we were flying and not realizing we were hitting flags. We're like, oh shit, because we didn't know. He had to pay to get registered. He had to pay $100 to some type of registration or some type of online class to get certified to fly this drone. But the drone itself, is like amazing. Said he flew into a tree and was unscathed. That was a hell of a night, let me tell you. Or the next day, we had to follow in my car around. We had to track in the car around Mount Olivet Cemetery because it's a big cemetery. and it starts to the battery's going, so it automatically went back to the home, but not to it went to the wrong spot in the home base, and we took 3 hours to fucking find it. That was not fun.
Oh God!
Because where it landed, we're looking at the camera like where it landed, but it was sitting next to like our home base. Our home base was like in the middle, like on the pavement. That was home base. Well, when it flew back, it didn't go back to home base. It went about 5 feet past it in this shred of grass next to a tombstone. So all you can see is a tombstone. And like we're like, where the hell did it go? And we finally figured out, like we're looking and like well, could it be this? Could it be that? And then I'm like, false. Think about it. We left here, so it has to be in this. And we're looking around, and he's like, I see it. And we found it, like son of a bitch. Yeah, that was the interesting night of that night. But yeah, it was.
Well, guys, we're at 11.
What do you think, crewman? Hanging out for another like half hour to 11:30?
We might jump off video, but I might still watch. So I might still be in the chat, but I might just jump off video.
Honestly, I mean, I'm getting not tired, but there are some things I need to get
And
done.
I'm got to. Yeah, we'll wrap it up because I gotta take care of some stuff, unmentionable stuff. I think I ate too much pizza tonight.
Okay.
I ate too much pizza tonight.
Good thing you went out shopping for underwear.
Yeah, tell me about it. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out again this week, guys. And the false. I know he wasn't feeling good. Guys, for hanging out in the chat. Marcus Venger. I didn't see Marcus tonight. It was Venger. I didn't see Susan either. Thank you, Stephanie. Fly Guy. Cole. All you guys who know you are. All right. Until next week, same time, same station. We'll be back with Outside the Box Live. Have a good night, guys.